What's up, Writing Workshop, and welcome to our quote-unquote virtual days over this kind of long weekend for you guys here. I'm really only structuring this as one lesson instead of two because I want you to have lots of time to outline for your creative analysis essay. You'll notice that our objective for today is the same as what you guys had back on Wednesday, just pre-writing for analytical writing. One thing I will do inside of our video today is walk through my example outline just a little more in depth, just to see if that helps you get unstuck with any ideas on your outline as well. It is a virtual day. If you haven't done so yet, I encourage you to pause the video and say a prayer. Otherwise, we'll continue forward into the lesson. I might as well mention this now as well. I want you to use this weekend, just including Monday, just to complete your creative analysis essay outline. One thing you could do is watch the video now, maybe sit on it for a little bit, and then return back to your outline to wrap it up before I see you again on Tuesday. Today's lesson folder has a couple of things in it. For one, virtual weekend directions for watching now. But please note that I moved the choose your text discussion here. I left some more comments on it just a little bit ago, so by all means you can go ahead and check to see the comments that I left for yours. They're just suggestions, so if those are helpful for you as you analyze your own text, song, artwork, whatever it is, that's fine. If they're not super helpful, you can certainly pass on my suggestions and go for your own thing. Again, that's the beauty of art. It's subjective, so you might see something totally different in your text than I saw when I viewed it. I've also put your outline there too. Just like it was on Wednesday, you can click in and work on your outline that way, or it saves your work along the way as you're working, and I can check your progress at any point. What you will see below the lesson video here is my old example. This is actually from last year. I might as well just click view on this, and you have access to it too if you want to compare mine to yours. I did mine over a song. I intentionally chose a song because I know a lot of students choose songs for this particular project. But I went with Where Love Went Wrong. That's actually the song that 8th Hour analyzed in class this year with me. But one thing I'll do is I'll break down this outline bit by bit, just to kind of let you in on my thinking process for how I analyzed a song. The first thing I always do when I outline is I plan out my thesis. So I said one powerful song about heartbreak is Where Love Went Wrong by Augustana. Notice there that it identifies a theme early on. Its bittersweet tone and escalating dynamics highlight the pain of watching a relationship fail. There I've identified some techniques. I want to talk about tone, especially in the lyrics themselves. I want to talk about dynamics as well. So I did give a little musical focus here too. As a reminder, you can focus on the music if you like, but I'm not requiring you to. I have some people who like to do both, some who only like to analyze music, some who only like to analyze lyrics. I will leave that up to you. What I always do when it comes to introductions is I take one idea from my thesis and spin that off as an attention getter. I chose heartbreak. I had said heartbreak is an intense, complex, almost indescribable emotion. I wanted to start with something powerful about heartbreak, which sets up a theme for that song. In my background sentences, I would just connect that idea to music in general, discuss how there are all kinds of songs about heartbreak, a lot of breakup songs, there's a lot of love songs out there that talk about both. I could easily draw that connection to music, which leans into the song that I did anyway. Once again, body paragraphs can be divided at your choosing. It makes sense for my particular thesis to do two body paragraphs, one about tone and then one about dynamics. For tone, I just started with the first couple lines of the song for setting the tone. The day is done and now we're older. A slash there to show that a line ends. The feeling's gone, so now you'll show her. I cited line numbers 1 and 2. I will remind you guys there too, if your song has like a billion lyrics, no need to count individual line numbers, but if you give just context of where it lies in the song, verse 1, verse 2, chorus, pre-chorus, outro, wherever those lines might occur, that'd be a good idea. And here I just break down just how those lyrics in particular set the tone early on, an early tone of sorrow and loss, connect it to the title of the song, and so on. Notice that I didn't use every single commentary sentence there. I just wanted to give a big range that you could work with there. I also talked about the tone as it reaches its most dramatic point in the song, which is line 19, as the speaker belts out a long series of no's. And there I explained that moment represents that deep sense of regret that comes with a breakup. And I also talk about how there's a shift in tone there as well. I won't go into that right now. I did also plan out a little summary sentence for myself there, just understanding that I will close out one paragraph and start another body paragraph too. From there, I moved on into dynamics. So this is another topic sentence. The song's dynamics are in lockstep with its tone. There, once again, I went back to the first lines. First lines mentioned earlier are rather quiet, but there I talked about a little bit of the instrumentation and the volume there too, accompanied only by a soft piano part. I actually did quite a bit of paraphrasing here, explaining how the song crescendos. I kind of tracked it over the course of the song. And I explained that with each new section, Augustana layers in more instruments to intensify both the volume and the emotional feel. I also transitioned in evidence 4 to the outro section, which is really important there too. I noted that the volume level stays consistent, but almost completely cuts out with about 30 seconds to go. That section is intentionally allowed to emphasize how intense and complicated heartbreak is, but that soft piano section at the end represents lingering hope and or sadness. The end of the song is a little unclear there. Once again, notice that I did not write incomplete sentences there. You don't have to on an outline. I wanted to give myself ideas on how I could flesh that out in a full paragraph. Summary sentence, these dynamic decisions work alongside the song's tone to bolster the overall theme. It's a good way to close out that body. Lastly is a conclusion. So always start with your restated thesis. I took my original thesis and changed up its phrasing a little bit, the tone and dynamics of where love went wrong, develop its theme. It is painful to watch a relationship fail. From there, I would just do 2 summary sentences, 1 per body paragraph. And then I closed out actually by using the same exact strategy that I did for my attention getter. Went back to heartbreak. Heartbreak is a complex, intense emotion. Music is a powerful way to explore it and express it. That could be a strategy you try, is to double all the way back to your attention getter for your final thought. But as a reminder, as long as your final thought is creative and memorable for your reader, you're golden there. Once again, you can access my example outline if you need a model inside of where we just were, Virtual Weekend Directions. Otherwise, this long virtual weekend thing is yours to crank out your outline so I can comment on it next week. I would love to get drafting on these essays next Wednesday and take a nice full Chromebook day at that point. Peace.